Let's do it. Welcome everybody to the Tuesday Festival Addicts show. And once again, I am joined by a wonderful group of ladies. So welcome ladies. So hello, Daniela.
No.
Yeah.
Hi, Kelly.
We got Olu in the background. So hi, Olu.
Hello, Monique.
Oh, you know what? Usually we go through this right before the show starts, and we completely blanked on all that. There is a lot that is happening. Surprisingly, there's a lot of announcements that have been taking place, like in the past couple of days. And if you just joined us, or you've been kind of waiting for us to get through our technical difficulties, you saw that we just ran a clip of an announcement that was just made today on the return of EDC to Europe. So ladies, and everybody in the comment section, please tell me what your thoughts were when you saw this announcement and this video.
Internally, I was like, ah! That's how I felt. I was excited.
I'm an overthinker, and so I don't like these half.
Be in between tomorrow.
Go ahead, Daniela. Sorry.
No, I wanted to be in between Tomorrowland and Creamfields, just so I can go spend a whole month in Europe and not come home.
If they pick that weekend. I don't like these kinds of half announcements, because then I just I'm an overthinker, so then I'm just okay, I want to plan everything now, even though they've given me zero information other than this tiny little teaser trailer. We don't have its country, we don't have a date, we don't have
but we do know it's next year. So we know it's 2021.
Oh, we know who's producing it.
We don't have a month or a day, but we have a year.
We have a year. I mean, that's huge, because sometimes you don't even get a year. You just kind of get an announcement.
You get a prayer that a festival's coming back and you don't know when.
Exactly. When I saw it, I was super excited, because I have actually never been to EDC in Europe. I know the UK was the one, and the only reason why I knew some of the countries is because when we did our EDC special, Kelly did that EDC trivia, and she had asked about how many EDCs there were. And so I was like, oh, I knew they had one in Brazil. I knew they had one in China. So I was pretty excited to see all that. But I don't know if it's going to be in August or not. That would be nice. I mean, they could screw us over and do it in September or something. I don't know.
Well, EDC UK used to be, I believe the last one was July 15th, 2015.
Okay.
Sounds familiar.
It's summer.
But do you think it's going to be the return of EDC UK?
No.
Because
the UK is not Europe anymore.
Yeah. So where do you, okay.
Amsterdam or Croatia.
Okay. So you're saying Amsterdam or Croatia. Anybody else have any other guesses on where it might be?
Ibiza, that'd be great.
Daniela,
get me to Ibiza.
Insomniac has the partnerships with Alda, with the production companies that are in Amsterdam and Croatia. So it's a pretty educated guess. The rules and the laws there are pretty lax, and it's pretty accessible for Americans to get to. It's not expensive or in the middle of nowhere.
So my question is, how is there a venue that's going to be big enough to to house an EDC?
We're gonna find out.
Sure, because Europe doesn't have population density. It does and it doesn't the same way we do, right? Europe is, they have a lot less people than we do. So you'd be surprised how many festivals exist in just the greens of Amsterdam. There's a giant festival that exists next to the Amsterdam airport that attracts 100,000 people every year. What?
Really?
Yeah. There's actually a lot more out there than we realize. I think we just don't have very good concept of scale and numbers when we start talking about 100,000 and million and billion, and then it's just
Mhm.
at that point it's just all like a ton of people.
Ah. Yeah, I mean, I would be totally fine if they decided that they were going to have it in Amsterdam. Like, I would be okay with that, because then I can fly into Schiphol and just kind of go on about my day after that. So that would be fantastic. But I also wouldn't be opposed to Croatia, because the beaches are gorgeous out there. So, I mean, that's like a win either way. I just, hope.
I've yet to go to either of those places, so I'd be excited either way.
Yeah, no, Amsterdam is mad cool. Like, I'm so sad I didn't get to spend enough time there the last time I was there. But it was so nice, and I miss them caramel waffles that they have, and their fresh squeezed orange.
Of course, you're going to talk about food, Monique.
Makes sense.
They're just on my vanity for no fucking reason.
I miss those. Yes. Oh my gosh. And when they make them fresh, like, there's nothing like fresh one. It's just like so melt in your mouth. It's wonderful. If it's not in Amsterdam, I'll be mad. Like, now I've just decided that if it's not in Amsterdam, I'm gonna be mad. I mean, I'm gonna still go though, but like, I'm just gonna be.
So we're spending a month in Europe. Is that what I'm hearing?
Girl, we might shoot.
My job's gonna hate
and then
me.
Creamfields.
After this year, I'm willing to quit any job to go to Europe. Fuck them, I'll get another one.
No jobs forever. Nothing's forever.
Yeah, no, that's outstanding. So I'm excited. Even with this little teeny tiny little announcement that has like raised my spirits so much. So I'm so excited
for 2021. Do we? Did they roll over Kinetic Zen or no?
I don't know. They haven't made any other announcements about EDC, so I don't know.
I'm guessing they're just slapping a 2021 sticker on everything. And
I want to know what happened to all those 2020 EDC boxes. I guess we'll find out in 2021 when we see them with the sticker on it.
Right? They're gonna have like those vinyl, like,
they don't just be crossed out. And
like, actually okay with that, because if that
I'd be okay with that.
is saving money, right? And like, I get like a collectible item, like some derp, literally a derp box. Like, I'm okay with that, because it's kind of a collector's thing, Like, if you know, and if you don't know, then sorry, you missed out.
But there was a really big part of me that was hoping that we would get something big happening for the EDC that was supposed to be scheduled in October, and that they would still send us the boxes from this year. Like, there was a part of me that thought, okay, well, what are they going to do with it? They can't do anything with it. So just, give them to us as a souvenir. I mean, tomorrow
There'll be EDC Christmas boxes for everybody.
I'm okay with that.
Santa Pasquale is gonna.
Like, a lot of that stuff gets destroyed because like it just becomes a risk management thing. So like even like extra wristbands, like once the festival is over, they either mail it back to the wristband company to burn them or they burn them. Just because like they don't want people to have like a bunch of extra wristbands to do whatever, like souvenir stuff there's like a risk with, you know what I'm saying?
Monique, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't you ask like a box office for like extra wristbands like a million years ago and they just gave you? Like,
I did. Yeah. So it was
Tomorrow World.
That's nice.
No, it was Tomorrow World. It was the first one that we went to. And I said, I was looking for the pouch. Remember that the pearls came in? And so came in these really beautiful bags and they didn't have any. And they were like, oh, I'm really sorry. I think I did get one though. I think I got a bag and they were like, oh, well, it came with the wristband as well. So I actually have a Tomorrow World 2014 wristband.
Yeah.
So I'm still trying to get the 2015 key because I don't have that. I have the box, but I don't have the key. So if anybody is selling that, I will gladly take that. Yeah, because that's the only thing that like of all the Tomorrowlands I've been to in Tomorrow World, that's the only thing I'm like missing.
So if you have 2015 Tomorrow World key.
Yeah.
Word for finding. We can make a flyer, post it around raves.
Listen,
but please. Yeah. Like we're big fans, so that kind of stuff like matters. If you guys have it out there.
But I mean, I really wish that they would send those boxes out. I mean, we've already paid for them. Yes, it's rolling into 2021, but I mean, I would be perfectly fine next year if they were like, hey, if you want to get the 2020 box, then, you know, you send us $20 plus shipping or whatever. I don't know how they're going to work. I don't want to pay a lot for shipping, but if they give me the option to buy the box from this year, I will buy it. And then I will, you know, next year it should come with the ticket that I have. So but that's just my thing. Because, I mean, what are they going to do with 400,000 boxes?
There's no way they ordered like that many at once.
Do you think they didn't order them?
They get them shipped in, like they may order it at once, but they get them shipped in droves. So maybe they like order that many, but I don't think they have 400,000. They might have like 50,000. That's why they can't do like, you know what I mean? I don't think they have enough to give everybody one.
Okay, well, then they should sell them. Like, why keep 50,000 boxes? They should definitely sell them, and they should sell them to us first here at the Festival Addicts, because we talk about their stuff a lot. So they should sell it to us first, and then they can.
My bookshelf is getting just plain box that just says 2020 shit show next to all my boxes.
I still have enough to make a wristband frame for this year, though, but it's only gonna be, where is it? I'm trying to point at it behind me. Like I can't do the finger thing, but I only have enough to make one frame this year. But at least it's one thing. I don't know. Some of the events still like had little things where they send out the wristbands and then they weren't good for anything.
Yeah.
Using the same wristbands next year.
Oh well, they might.
No, they are.
Oh, they are. So is it gonna? Oh my gosh! If it has 20,
a terrible idea.
Oh goodness, I don't even know. That's just gonna be funny. I think I might not sell my ticket just to see how they repurpose all of the 2020 stuff that they paid for. I just want to see it at this point.
Upcycling, it's the new thing because we couldn't.
You know,
2020.
Everybody does it. I don't see why they can't. But they better do a good job, or I'm gonna talk about them. I will write a strongly worded letter. I have zero issues doing that. Y'all know that.
I know Skylar's egging you on for one.
Oh, is he? Oh, well.
Yeah. He said, Monique, can we get a strongly worded letter?
Yes, of course. So,
yeah, where them boxes at? I got you, girl.
Yeah, and then I'll send 2 emails per my last email. Where are our boxes?
Where's my damn box?
What's in the fucking box? Nothing.
If you want to be really crazy, we can show up at their headquarters and be like, where's my fucking box? And maybe they'll just hand them to us.
Or they'll arrest us, one of the two. I don't know.
Oh, man.
Well, I mean, what else could happen this year?
You know what, Daniela? You were absolutely right.
It's almost like you're desensitized to it at this point. It's just like,
I know.
You're just gonna laugh instead of cry at like
cool, I'm getting arrested.
California's burning down left and right. I mean, Jesus.
I don't know. I've been playing 2020 Bingo Edition or Bingo 2020 Edition, and I have aliens for this month. And oh, they did?
Yeah.
When?
I'll send you an article later.
Okay, thank you, because I totally missed that. Was not expecting fire.
Be like making a joke or not, and we'd have no way of knowing.
You know, I don't know, but I do have solar flares in November, so at least hopefully.
I was hoping for a volcano, but okay.
Oh man.
I will actually take a volcano over a solar flare because we're not going to survive a solar flare.
Elected abroad for November, but that's just me. Anyway.
Yeah, well, certain people might not survive a volcano depending on where it is.
Exactly. And I don't think Hawaii is big volcanoes.
Sacrifices in October for Halloween since it's canceled?
As long as we get to pick who we're sacrificing, I'd be okay with that.
I have a long list.
Oh, me too. I hope we have the same number one. Anyways, moving right along before that turn, takes a very terrible turn. So I have a question for you guys. We talk about for, the past year and a half, almost 2 years, we've been talking about all these different music festivals. And I don't think we've ever actually had the question asked, why do you go to these events? Why do you rave? Why do you, why do we spend a significant amount of our checks for these events? And I want to hear from all of you. So we can start, whoever wants to go first. Why do you? Kelly, you look like
the
you're
only
just
reason I
anxious.
work.
Oh, Daniela? Huh?
It's one of the only reasons I work.
Just
And traveling.
fund your addiction.
Yeah.
Addiction to festivals.
Each rave, and I like, for me, it's like we have like raves and we have festivals and we have like concerts, right? And I'm not here to get into the politics of what is a rave, what is a festival, what is a concert. Like, we're Festival Addicts, everything is a live music experience and everything is beautiful, right? But the reason I go to all of those things, like, each one is different, but generally, like, the reason I do anything is for the adventure, right? So, like, to me, every single time I decide, like, oh, am I going to go to this or not, I ask myself, like, is there an adventure here? And is there an adventure, like, with my friends or with my boyfriend or even with me? Like, am I going to grow as a person? And so I think that's why I rave, is for the adventure. Whether it's the travel adventure or the like fashion adventure or the friend adventure, or like, each one is going to be different. And so maybe people think I'm like all over the place. I don't know. But for me, it's always been about like, how can I like push myself in some new way? That's rave or go to festivals or all of it.
Kelly, what about you? Why do you?
I remember when I started, like, I was a little bit lost after college. I had a lot of things like not really go my way as far as like education, family, and things like that. And, you know, my life was definitely going in one direction and it just stopped going in that direction. And I didn't really know what to do. And so I wasn't into that scene beforehand. And I just remember my friend showed me this music and I was immediately like, just like, man, I know I've heard like this and that over the years, but I didn't really like follow that scene so much. And he was like, oh, let me show you the way. So he brought me to my first rave and it was just so, I don't know. It just filled like this like little sad emptiness I had in me, and it filled it full of a million costumes and so much love and color. And I love music scene beforehand, so I was no stranger to music, but yeah, it definitely kind of picked me up from like a bad point in my life. So that's kind of why I rave.
So we did ask everybody who's watching to also give their reasons why they do it. And so Olu, our producer, who's hiding, he said it gives him an excuse to travel. Oh, somebody has said, and for Jesteful Effelstein. And you know what? I appreciate that so much because we actually haven't heard from him in a while.
But we do travel for our favorite artists too. He's not wrong. Like,
yeah.
Come on, who isn't here for the music too? Like, we all, like, that was like the fundamental, like if we didn't like the lineup, we wouldn't go.
Yeah.
Right. Now we go just because we know we're going to see everybody, which is just interesting. As the longer you go to these events, it kind of shifts from, oh, it has to be about the lineup, or, oh, it has to be about a certain event, to it becoming, oh, I'm just going to see everybody. Like, I don't care who's on the lineup. Because I mean, how many times have we gone over lineups and we're like, like, it's okay. And then we all end up there anyways. It's kind of like that. But some of the other answers that we've gotten was you get an opportunity to make new friends and have new experiences. It's people's happy place, because I know it's one of my happy places. And it helps you feel at peace, and you get to dress up, and it's really fun. I got into raving by accident, I want to say. I had never really done like live music events and everything. That wasn't really my thing. I enjoyed them, but it wasn't like, I wasn't hardcore about it. And then my rave mom actually brought me in. We went to Escape 2012, and I was in grad school at the time, and grad school was rough. And so I just got hooked. Like, I went to my first event, like we were walking up to the NOS Center and just seeing everybody in costume. And granted, it was during the day. I think we got there at 4, which is the earliest I ever get to an event. And as you all know, I'll never get to anything that early anymore. That was the one and only time. But I used it as a way to kind of balance out the stress from grad school. And I actually have a lot of friends in grad school and who've gone on to like the other types of professional schools that use it for that same reason. They're in the middle of their blocks and all their finals, and they're trying to get everything, all their homework done and get these finals taken so then they can go to the event. So it's been a huge way for me to de-stress from all of the things at work, and you can just kind of just relax, and you don't have to think. It's just you just let the music guide you, and you get to dance it off, and I get to see all of you guys when I go to these events, even though I disappear somewhere through the night and I'm hiding in the back of the main stage. But you know, it's just really fun. So it's great. So
Raving
that's definitely why I did.
finished college.
Huh?
Raving actually helped me finish college, just because it actually motivated me to actually pass my classes for once. It was getting in the way of me raving, so I was like, I need to get this shit out of the way, so it's no longer in my way, and I can just do whatever I want whenever I want.
Okay, I heard that.
I definitely think I would have failed college if I would have found out about raving before college. I don't think I would have made it to any of my classes.
Proper raving after. I went to like DJs at bars and DJs at like Bill Graham Civic Auditorium. Like, but I never went to like a rave, like a EDC, like a huge thing till after. And I'm very happy that I did that. Like,
yeah.
But like, I think for anybody, whatever pace that you're at, there is no right or wrong pace to like, okay, maybe there's a too fast pace, but like, there's no such thing as a too slow pace to like yourself to the new things out there.
I totally
time.
Yeah, and I completely, and like even when, you know, it served as like a reward system and like a motivation, because, you know, that's how, you know, Daniela used it, and I use it too. It's like, okay, if I get this done, you know, then I can, you know, I can go and then I can have a good time. Because I mean, there's nothing worse than having to be at an event. And we all have had like friend stories where people are doing their finals like on their way, or they're submitting their papers on their way, or, you know, they're coming back from the event and then they're writing, you know, or they're writing papers and all this kind of stuff. And it's stressful for them because it's just like, I need to get this done and I can't enjoy myself until it's finished. But, you know, we've all been there.
I tried to bribe my calculus professor with an escape ticket.
Did it work?
No, he just helped me more.
That's nice. That works. I think the other reason I rave is like, I used to be like overweight, and I lost a lot of weight because of raving, because of dancing. But also, like, when I lost a lot of weight, I like became underweight. Like, I didn't like become normal. Like, I like became thin. Like, I even like this, that is slightly thinner than this. Like, and like, it was a lot to like learn like my body. I think what raving really does is like, whether you like it or not, you learn your body, like the way it looks, the way it feels in the heat, the way it feels in the cold, the way it feels in the fucking sweat. Like, you learn yourself, like whether you are small, big, any sort of size. Like, I've learned so much about my body, like raving, especially in the last 2 years, because I've like really pushed it, about like what, like when I'm under copious amounts of stress, who do I become? Do I treat people? I've even reevaluated like my own, like, you know, things when I'm under copious amounts of like physical stress or emotional stress. Why do I do these things? Like, it's a interesting psychological like thing, but also just like to watch myself grow has been like a huge honor and like magical journey too. Like, there's nothing more magical than watching yourself become the person like that, you know, you can be, you know?
Yeah. It also tells you, and your body will show you that sometimes you're just too old for this nonsense. Especially when people are running around and it's 30 degrees and they're like in a little bikini. You're like, nah, I'm too old to be doing that. I'm here in my onesie and I'm gonna chill. But I ain't running to the front. Like, that's just not happening. And I've gotten to that point. I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm still going to these events.
I've had to wear an emergency blanket before.
Festivals give them out for free if you're freezing and you need an emergency blanket. Insomniac gives them out.
I bring them with me.
I do.
Oh, you do?
I do.
Oh my gosh, no, this past countdown, it got so cold at night, and there were these girls, and they were just teeny tiny little girls, and they were not covered much, and they were just trying to keep each other warm. And so the Insomniac people, and now mind you, I'm in my snow jacket, okay? It doesn't snow in Southern California. I have one for when the temperature drops below 60. So I had my thermal jacket on and my onesie, and me and my friends are bundled up by the heating tower. And they come up to me, and it was just the funniest thing. They're like, "Are you doing okay?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine. I've got like my little furry hood on, and I got my gloves on. I'm fine." I'm like, "But those girls over there, they're struggling right now. So maybe you can go and help them." So they went over and gave them the emergency blanket.
It's all
Them, but like, bitch, do you need a
had
hug?
for their heating stations at Countdown last year, and was like, because you humans like refuse to wear anything other than underwear, we're gonna have heat lamps at these raves now because you refuse to wear anything other than underwear at raves.
They should have had them the entire time. I remember the very first year they did Countdown. Kelly, I think you were there with me. It was 30 degrees and raining, and there wasn't a single heating tower
Anywhere.
anywhere.
Yep.
And I didn't even know what to say. I wore leggings and a corset and gloves the
You have
entire
those
time.
people that live in that indoor stage all night, so they don't care. Like there's people that live in the house, like the it's usually techno or house in that stage too. Like, so for them it's not a big deal, but if you like anything other than techno or house, or even just wandering around, then
Yeah.
Wandering.
Yeah, but it was awful, and it started raining like super hard. It was 33 degrees. It was terrible. I'm like, who didn't do location scouting? Meanwhile, at EDC in June, we have the fire-breathing octopus, and it's blowing, burning off everybody's eyebrows. I can't believe it.
He was at Escape this year, so at least he's not retired.
I know. I miss him.
I miss him.
He can burn my eyebrows next time. It's fine. I'll actually appreciate it. Start over. I don't know.
I remember one year for was it Escape from Wonderland or whatever, before it turned into Psycho Circus.
Mm-hmm.
It was raining, and I was in my lingerie and my cute outfit, soaking wet, head to toe. I got so sick, and my boss the next day was just like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "It was raining at my concert last night." She's like, "So why didn't you just go home?" I'm like, "You know how much money I paid for this concert? I'm not going home." She's like, "You're crazy." Yeah, I went home early from work that day.
I don't want to rando at a gas station parking lot for this ticket. I'm not going home.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a stranger to leaving an event early.
I'm not either.
Yeah, but sometimes you got to stay until the end. Sometimes.
See, that's why I always drive, because we leave when I leave.
I don't blame you, Daniela.
That's also the reason I don't drink, because if I drive, that's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I like to have the keys too. Now I've overindulged a few times where I've had my non-designated drivers have to drive. It happens to everybody at least once.
It does.
So I'm okay with that. So I have a question.
I think that's a good thing about 2-day festivals, because then you can pick like one person, like you're driving this day, and then the other person
So
drive
another day.
Some bars, this is something that would be great if festivals did, but I know bars do this. Like if you allocate your friend as a designated driver, they get a wristband, and then they just get like free juice all night. Like they could go to any, not anything else, but they could go to like any bar and just get like juice.
Free chasers.
Yeah, I know.
They get what?
So
they give
places for designated drivers, they get like free juice, or like I think that'd be cool if like maybe if not free drinks, like non-alcoholic drinks, you could give them like a bandana or something. Like that'd be a good program for like Insomniac to institute to encourage someone in the squad to be like the designated driver. Like you get a DD bandana, Insomniac DD or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Or like, yeah, I would do that. I would.
Because Toyota gave us all bandanas, so those clearly don't cost anything.
Yeah. Or if they gave out like
bitching for their ticket.
Yeah.
If you're a good friend, but I'm not like
I've done that before.
No one will do that for me. I'll DD you there and back.
Yeah. So I have a question, and Pooja, you actually brought this up. So we have the question, why do you rave? But the real question is that what you call it when you talk to people who are not in the scene?
I don't call it raving. Raving is a verb for me.
Yeah, I don't use the term raving either.
I also don't identify as a raver.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
I think before I started working for Festival Addicts, I didn't really say that word too much. And now it's just kind of out there. So now I just kind of own it. And I'm
Yeah.
okay. My life's a lot less
People will see
complicated
it
now that it's just out there.
People will
Yeah.
see it that way because we are ravers, but like, do I feel like I'm a raver? Not necessarily, but do people see us that way? Yeah, because like, are we really ravers? Yeah, we are. But like, I don't feel like that's my first, like, in the festival scene, like raver isn't like the first identity I would feel like I would pull from, if that makes sense.
Yeah, there, regardless of what the event is called, I always refer to it as a music festival.
Same.
Yeah. I think I try to make it easy for non-festival goers to digest, but maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Someone in the chat, maybe Skylar or Kevin, and they've been raving a long time, can talk about like, there's like, depending on what generation you're from, when you use these terms interchangeably, they are actually interchangeable to you. Like if you're under the age of 30, like a rave and a festival are probably interchangeable terms to you. And if you're over the age of 30, like those are probably two very distinct things to you on like what is like regulated and legal and like right. And like what is like I'm maybe more, because I'm in the middle, I'm used to this concept of like when someone throws the word rave, up until now, I'm used to the idea of it being unsanctioned or unregulated.
Oh, like the underground ones?
Like in my mind, right, because that's my exposure to what a rave is. By definition, it is not legal. By definition, it is not like allowed. So like if it's allowed, is it really a rave? That's my, like, if depending on who, like that's my understanding. But everybody's in a different world and there's no right or wrong.
Right. My in my rave fam, I actually have like an old school raver. Like he was like down with the underground, and he was one of the ones that would get like the pages and the secret messages and having to go to all the different places. Yeah. So he used to do that, and then he stopped for a while and he came back and he still did a few of the underground stuff, but now he does the legal stuff where his car won't get towed. So that's the important thing.
I'm trying to think. I think I've only been to like 3 that have been broken up by the cops because we weren't like, no, maybe like 5.
Yeah.
But that was when I first started. My friend tried to show me that, and I was just like, this isn't fun.
History. So I think it can be good or bad, right? So when I was in college, or I think 1 or 2 years after I graduated, I was living in the Bay Area. So I in 2016, so 2 years after I graduated, I was like 24. I was just getting back into going to like auditorium shows, and I went to like Beyond Bay Area in NorCal, right? One of the small underground warehouses caught on fire and killed 30 people. Yeah, and like it was a huge lawsuit because that venue is not allowed to be used for raves. That's like an apartment building that they were using. Like
I think that was 2016.
Yeah, this was Ghost Shit. And it was a record label that threw this party, not a big one, but like I think like people just like assume their friends take them somewhere and that it's okay to go there. Like the underground can be safe and the underground can be very dangerous, because the reason that it's the underground is because they can't get the permits to be legal, right? And the reason they can't get the permits sometimes are like because the man sucks and big government sucks, but also because maybe they aren't up to fire code, maybe they aren't up to earthquake code.
Right.
So my word of advice is, if you're going to any indoor venue, especially, look out for like fire code, earthquake code, all of that. And if you're going to any outdoor venue, then you have like, it's unfortunate, but you have things like the Harvest shooting, right? Where like that was outdoor venue and it was someone in a big tower. There's always going to be a risk, but just like think about the venue that you're going to and have some sort of safety precautions in mind. It's the promoter, or, there's multiple factors at play.
Yeah, I also think that it's really important for these events, not only to have just that, but have like a sanitation station. Also having like medics around, like that's really like, you wouldn't think, but having medics like on the is really important. And it could be something as small as, you falling and you needing to get a Band-Aid and you want to make sure you get it taken care of. And so I think there's definitely things to take into consideration when you're going to an event. And I think those are all very important things.
I think if the event doesn't have like a medical med tent option, like that's in and of itself like a flag, right? Like,
Yeah.
like clubs don't, like even clubs usually have something, right? Like
they usually will have like a first aid kit. They may not have a medic specifically.
yeah, like, they usually have like a
they'll
first aid station, like, or you go to the front desk for first aid or something.
Yeah, you can go in and they'll have.
If there's
like,
not a clear point person, then maybe don't go to that event.
Yeah, I try to stick to. I'm trying not to be a renegade right now because there's a whole lot of them going on across the states and everywhere.
In Apple Valley.
Yeah.
And we're not trying to point anybody, pointing fingers and call anybody out, but y'all need to stay at home so we can get events back. But I try to stick to big promoters that will take some kind of responsibility for safety. Because if I'm going to an event, that's one less thing I really want to have to worry about. And I think that's why I go to so many Insomniac events, because I feel like it is a relatively safe environment. And then, sometimes they'll have metal detectors, sometimes they won't. I wish they bring that back. But safety should not be something you shouldn't have to. If you're going to an event and you're paying $200 for this event, you better have medical tent, you better have security. There needs to be, clear like emergency exits, and you need to get free water. Like, I just feel like those are just things that should be a basic requirement for a music festival. But that's just for me.
I think they are in a lot of ways too legally required to do that. And that's how an event is probably not permitted correctly or underground or illegal, because it doesn't have those things.
Yeah.
Most counties do require the things that you just listed.
Yeah. So, that's what I stick to. It works for me. I've gone to the medical tents to get earplugs, and I love medical tents that have earplugs, because sometimes you be in a rush to leave and you forget them, and you have to protect your hearing. I think that's so important, and I think people really downplay that, but I am a huge advocate for ear protection.
I'm living proof of why you should do it when you start and not when you're our age.
Yeah, definitely, because when those, and this is a little biology lesson for everybody, those hair cells don't grow back.
Mm-hmm.
Science is working on that, but as of right now, you can't get them back. So take care of them now, especially if you're getting started and you're in your 20s. Doesn't take much. You can still hear everything. Protect your ears. That's just, I wear earplugs to clubs too. That's just me. So, that was a really good discussion, everybody. I think that was really good. Have we heard any news from our special guests?
No, nothing from our guests who attended the Roll and Rave in Utah. So I guess we will get some news on that some other time. But
yeah,
there are some more raves coming up aside from the one that just passed. So
yeah. Do you guys want to get into the big one happening this weekend? All right, let's take it away. Who wants to talk about Gareth Emery? That added a third day. That was sold out. That's not sold out no more. Can we talk about that for a second?
And then I got a question for Daniela.
Yeah, there's tickets available for all 3 days. The last time I checked.
In both GA and VIP, or just GA or just VIP?
I saw both when I checked, but the VIP option is $500 if you want to sign poster for every car.
So Gareth Emery, Gareth Emery is happening in Orange County this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I believe it's in Anaheim.
Yeah.
It's a drive-in rave. The spots are first come, first serve, with the exception of VIP, which is just like nicer viewing in the front row guaranteed, or first 2 rows guaranteed. The event was sold out up until this morning, and then this morning everybody got an email saying, hey, we have a few more tickets on sale in the GA VIP area, so feel free to make purchases. So now tickets are on sale in GA and VIP if you would like to go. You only need 1 ticket for your whole squad, regardless of how many people, but it must be the legal seatbelt size of your car. And then I believe they said, do you know about food, drinks, and Kelly, you're going. I know Danielle read a lot about it.
I read it. They still said, I went through the whole thing, and it said, you can't bring outside food or drinks at all, which is crazy to me.
So they're going.
I thought it was weird about the bathroom queue on it. Like you have to let them know through like a virtual queue that you need to go to the restroom, then you'll be escorted, I guess, in your time slot or something weird like that. I'm like, I don't know how that. They said that they'll just have porta potties, like if you don't want to jump in the queue and you're just gonna risk it, because I think the ones with the queue, they're like cleaned in between each use.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, they said like to plan accordingly.
Okay, so they said you can't bring outside food or drink, which is different than a lot of the other events that we've attended and we've reported on. So they must.
I doubt they're enforcing that. They can only just say that. There's no way they can actually enforce that.
Right. No, but I'm just saying, like, so that means that they have to have some kind of concession. Like there has to be some kind of to get.
You can have pre-bought it too. They had pre-bought concession. You can buy like the burgers and stuff ahead of time.
Okay. That's really cool. See, I just like it when events have food. Like, I think it's really important. I mean, if it's
I think it's great that they have food. I just don't see the point of them being like, you can't. They said you can bring in 1 bottle of water per person, and it has to be sealed.
Oh,
that's it.
Yeah, they said no trash. They're not providing you trash cans, correct? Maybe that's why.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Well,
camp in, camp out, whatever. Pack in, pack out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No trace, the leave no trace thing. Okay. I think, well, so then I think highly recommended that everybody brings a trash bag and make sure you bag up all of your trash. Don't let any of it escape. Yeah, keep it together and then go to the gas station real close and then toss it in their trash and get gas just in case you need it. So I think that's all very important. So I think that's really funny that, all of a sudden tickets became available. I know I've seen some rumors as to why the tickets became available.
I want to hear theories. I have a theory. Monique, I want to hear your theory.
No, I want to hear you guys' theory because it might be the same theory.
Yeah, it's because they put them all up. Nobody wanted them.
Yeah.
You think their own tickets on secondary market to make more money and then like, do you think everybody is doing that? Because that's happening a lot. You notice that, right? Like a lot of people the day of, all of a sudden will have more tickets.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing that.
Wow.
So you think Day Trip's going to do that? Because I didn't get, I'm not on the passport.
Yeah,
and
I think Day Trip. Also, Monique, Kevin has extra Day Trip tickets because all the passport people got tickets. So if you really need a ticket, Kevin's got you. But,
okay, so Kevin, I might be willing
to pull out more tickets magically.
Yeah. So I'm in need of a Day Trip ticket. So,
but they're also on payment plans, so everyone who has to make their payments are gonna
have more tickets.
Well, then we all need to stay up to date on this because Monique needs a ticket. So
we'll sneak you in. It's fine. You can.
The best part. I know you like Daniela loves house and techno all day long, but if assuming house music all day long is not your thing, the best part of that is going to be the July 3rd fireworks show. Like Insomniac doesn't do bad fireworks, so you could just see that for free. Like you just come to San Pedro and watch it at your nice local bar
and drive me home.
Well, if we're gonna be at a bar, I don't know. That's gonna happen. Like
my car then.
We might have to.
Only one day trip, right? It's the 3rd. It's not 2 days.
No, it's just one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's July 3rd, 2021.
The fireworks are going to be amazing. Like that.
I'm so jelly right now.
Okay, listen. Don't
jealous
get me
of an event happening like 10 months from now.
Let's not get pumped up about
fireworks. Guys, get ready. Like, it's not going to be bad.
Are we going to get EDC level fireworks?
Well, they have all the leftovers from this year. So.
I know.
Wait, but no, EDC is gonna happen.
If people went to a nice fireworks show, they would stop blowing up their own freaking fireworks in October. Still, like, Jesus.
I know. People, California's on
Americans
fire.
love to blow things up. Have you not learned anything? Gender reveals, explosives.
The west coast of the country is on fire.
I really do like to blow things up. Every photo shoot is now a smoke bomb photo shoot, which is great, but like. It's an American.
I don't know, but I think it's hilarious that this all of a sudden happened, and now there's tickets available. So I just think it's funny. I just think that's when greed backfires. So
there's been articles about like Live Nation putting promoters up to doing this. Like, Like this isn't some made up random like theory. Like it's been proven to have happened in the past.
That ain't right. They know that's not right. But anyways, that is taking place the 18th, the 19th, and the 20th, which is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So Kelly, I'm so excited that you're going. I cannot wait to hear about it next week. I want to know all the details and if it's good. But that was just some really interesting news. But there was some other really, really big news that happened today. Was it today or was it yesterday? I don't know, but you guys know what I'm
already pumped about it.
Yes. Okay. So as we all know, what was it? Last year, Nocturnal Wonderland had retired and it was never coming back. And no lie.
Coming back to Glen Helen.
Yeah, it was never coming back to Glen Helen. And guess what, y'all? It's going back.
It's back.
That makes me really uncomfortable. I like actually said like a proper goodbye. Like I properly like mourned and accepted that like that part of my life was over.
I thought that was the last time I was gonna have to bitch on my long ass walk back to my car past the freeway.
That you're gonna be at Imagine though, because this is the same weekend as Imagine next year, and Cascade's on that lineup. So if you guys want to for a sneak peek of who's there and what, Nocturnal tickets go on sale Thursday, but Nocturnal and Imagine are the same weekend, and Imagine's lineup is already out.
Yeah, but hold on. You can go to the so-called last time it would ever be at Glen Helen for $9.99.
Oh, that's perfect.
That's down payment.
They're gonna get us with the payment plan again.
And then it's limited camping. I think tent only camping for now. That's also on sale and on payment plans too. So if you guys are looking for camping passes, tent only camping passes.
I had a great time in tent only camping at Nocturnal. Not gonna lie, I'm cheap. I've done that tent camping only a couple times.
I almost cried walking to your tent, and I was
doing it. Give your friends your shit so they can bring it in for you.
But they did release. No, that's for they released the lineup for the virtual event this weekend.
Yeah, the virtual one.
And I got excited. I was like, dang, Insomniac is not only releasing dates with a payment plan, they're giving us a lineup. Like, hold on, like they've had some time to think. And then I saw virtual and I was like,
no, that's for this weekend.
Who can someone explain what Rabbit in the Moon is? For like that's like an OG thing, right?
I'm not OG like that.
Okay, so I watched Rabbit in the Moon before, but at the time I didn't know what it was, and I knew that as an OG thing, and I meant to find somebody and ask the relevance of it.
Where's Bernard? Ask him.
I know. He was familiar with it, but I wasn't.
Skylar might know, I feel like. If you know what Rabbit in the Moon is and they're doing a live set, and why is that special? Please tell me, because
we need to know. We need to know that. But yeah, so Nocturnal is returning September 18th and 19th at good old Glen Helen.
So everyone's gonna get sick again.
You know what? If I have to go back there, I refuse to go inside unless they let me park in the parking lot right next to the venue, because I'm not walking that far anymore. I can't.
Yeah, everyone saved up all this money for 2020. You can afford fancy parking.
I would pay VIP. Yeah, like I would pay for that.
Yeah, you don't have to pay for parking at Glen Helen. It's free. It's just
you don't, but you pay for up close parking.
Yeah.
No, I've gotten up close parking for free, even when they
you have.
Yeah.
It really just depends on what lot that they put you in. Like sometimes there's one like really close to it, and then there's one a little bit further, and then there's the horrible one that's like in dirt way far away.
Yeah, that's the one where I've been stuck like twice and never again.
That is just so awful. All right, so Skylar says that they're an OG group and they use a lot of live instruments and equipment during their set. So I think that's why it might be special.
We're about to find out. I think they might be made up of Camp OG members. Maybe that's why, or something. Like there was like those people specifically are famous for a certain reason. It's the same thing if you're from like the Holy Ship Fam. Like Subset is famous from Ship Fam. Same thing with like Honeycomb. Mm-hmm. It's like a thing. Like some of these people are up and coming because they were just fans like us at one point. And they like
love Subset.
You know, Subset's just one of us. like, you know, Honeycomb was just like one of us who was beatboxing on an elevator, and now he's booking things left and right. So I think that's why Round the Moon might be.
That's outstanding. Oh my gosh.
Fun
That's
at
really
the
cool.
Ducky party for Subset. It was great.
Yeah, so that was we've gotten some really big news this week with the return of EDC to Europe, which I'm super excited about. We've got Nocturnal, which is being revived in the same area. I knew they weren't going to find another place. Like, I just knew that. I was like, where else are you possibly going to do this at? Like, there's nowhere
It's
else.
funny to me because you got to imagine, like, they didn't want, like, the venue probably didn't want raves. They'd be like, nah, we can do without. We can do without. We can do our concerts. And then concerts and everything got canceled. Then you're like, who can we get easy money from, guys? We're all struggling right now. I know. Let's go back to our friends Insomniac.
Kids.
Yeah. What were you saying, Daniela?
You need to tell the one or two people complaining that are allegedly the neighbors there that were filing complaints to shut the fuck up and pay for their vacation and get out of like their houses for 2 or 3 days. You can't get anything if you're on vacation.
That's right. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Or at the very least, give them tickets to the event.
Tickets.
Be like Tomorrowland.
Yeah,
get all the free tickets right there. Like, he hates them. Even if you don't go, you could sell your free ticket and make money and go stay in a hotel.
Yeah, like, I think that's totally fine because Coachella does the same thing.
Yep.
You know, you should take pride in your venue being this popular. And trust me, if Insomniac decided that they were going to open a new venue right next to UCR and they were like, we are going to be having 100,000 people come here and parking's going to be crazy, but we are willing to give you a ticket to this event, I sure am. I would go and I would walk to the event because that's how close I would be. Like, why would you not take
money and buy food and drinks and contribute? Which,
right.
You know, a lot of people hate it because fun. Could you imagine like the people that don't know, and then maybe they go and they see like how pretty everything is, even if they don't understand the music. It's not just a bunch of kids running around.
Make it a giant disco because it's gorgeous. Like, I don't even go for the music necessarily.
Yeah, they usually do a really good job at decorating Nocturnal with all of the LED trees, and they have like all of the different art installations. Like, it really
non-camping entrance is phenomenal. That
yeah, with the what is it, the LED rainbow like tunnel, the tunnel that they I think a lot of times that I think these events have evolved over the years to becoming like these music and culinary like art music festivals. So I think they've become like this combined thing where it has something for everyone. Even if you don't like the music, there's plenty of stuff for you to do there. Like, they have interactive things. They have, they don't always, but you know, sometimes they'll have like you can
go to Nocturnal because of the water park, because it's the water park camping festival, and for no other reason. Like, the lineup's fine, but it's the same music as Escape and Beyond, and you know, all the same music, right? So why is Nocturnal special? Because of the camping and the water park, and they have like painting, like they have art in the camping. It's completely, like, as you said, so much more than just like a music like listening experience.
Yeah. And I mean, even if you're not camping, because I'm not about that camping life, but I do like Nocturnal. Like, it is a fun event. And I love just seeing how they, you know, transform the space. Like, I love seeing that and the stages. So it is an experience in its own that's not necessarily rooted in just the music. It's just, you know, another part of it. So yeah, so that's been the big news. That's all been really, really exciting. And so, ladies, is there anything else you guys want to mention?
I'm going to give a quick shout out. And I know we didn't talk about this ahead of time because it came out within like an hour or two of the show. I don't think Ola has a lineup handy, but if you're living in Southern California, there were 2 drive-in raves announced by a small promoter called Sound Experiment. One is headlined by Peekaboo and the other is by Boogie T. So that's kind of my genre of music. That's hence the need to give it a shout out. But tickets are on sale, GA and VIP, guaranteed first row. If you're in Orange County, LA, or Riverside, and you just missed dubstep, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be the best one we have there. So.
And when is this event?
This is October 9th and 10th.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's important. All right. And ladies, is there anything else you guys want to add?
I don't think so.
No? Are we good? All right. Well, I want to thank you guys all for taking time out of your evening to be here, and everybody who's watching us out there. Thank you so much for being here on Tuesday with us to listen to all the news and us just kind of chant and chat about all of the things music festival related. If you are attending Gareth Emery, please definitely use our hashtag Festival Addicts 247 so we can see all of that good stuff and to see how this extra day, if it's all worth it. And we hope to see you guys all next week. And before we close out, make sure you check out all of our hashtags and our Twitter and Instagram and Twitch, and our YouTube is alive and well. So please head on over there and subscribe. So ladies, why don't we tell everybody where we can find you on social media? We'll start with Daniela.
I'm at daddylove22492 on Twitter and Instagram.
And Pooja.
I'm at Pooja_shenanigans on Instagram.
And Kelly.
I'm Kelly Arianis on Facebook, and I'm perverted_Patty on Instagram.
And I am your Mocha Princess, and you can find me on Instagram. And Mr. Producer, sir, would you like to tell everybody?
Sure, you can find me at OluBPM on Instagram.
We like to have Olu involved, even though he's hiding from you guys today. So thank
He
you.
makes
Thank
some
you.
phenomenal videos. If you're checking out his page ever.
And shout out to our girl Precious. She's doing Body by Halcyon tomorrow on Twitch, on the Halcyon SF Twitch page. So, it's us and, a slew of our cast, friends, and family that help make this possible. So if you're looking for something to do tomorrow, Body by Halcyon is happening. It's back. Please support.
What time is that? Pooja, can you tell
7.
everybody what time?
6 or 7?
6 or
I
7.
thought it was 6 or 7. Yeah.
I'm gonna find that out for you guys. Please don't quote me. Precious might be in the chat, but Body by Halcyon is on Twitch tomorrow. It might be 6. I don't want to miss.
Yeah. If not, we will post something tomorrow because we always try to make sure that. And so just keep a lookout on our IG stories and Facebook stories, and we will have the exact time in which that starts. But thank you guys so much for being here, and everybody have a great weekend, and we will see you guys all next week.
Be safe. Make good decisions.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.